What's up, party people? It is a party, because look, I chopped my hair off and now it's wild and fun and crazy, and it's not sitting in a bun on top of my head. Yes, it's me, Megan. Yes, I just have different hair today. So what an apocalyptic day in the markets, am I right? Um, wow, 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 wow. This is nuts. Honestly, it's crazy. But I will say, I was very excited to play this morning because I really like this area up here on the SPY. So what we have here is a weekly level on the SPY paired with R4. And you know that's my jam. So I was super excited to play. I actually thought because the pivots were a little bit condensed today that we might have a breakout. So I was a little bit more long biased at the open, but I knew that if we lost this was a very, pivotal point for this chart in general. So if we were unable to break out of here, there was a decent chance we would lose this for a test of a breakout of S4. And I mean, just look at this. This is crazy. This is crazy. So if you took a short today, man, I bet you had a good day. And if you were long and it didn't work out, this is most likely why. But let's dive into some trades. Unfortunately, I didn't catch AAL because that was my main one this morning. I'll just show you it on my chart really quick. This is the one that I really wanted to play. I have a weekly level here on AAL. I'll show you the range. Let's pop it over to that really quick. Doo, doo, doo. All right, so off the weekly chart, I've got this range here on AAL. And if we take it over to the daily, actually take it here and go to the daily, you can see that not only is this the top of the range up here, but it is also a pivot. It's R4 on the daily. So pivot points on the daily and weekly tend to be a lot stronger than intraday pivots. So it's definitely something to watch out for. So not only do we have a weekly range level up here, but we've got R4 on the daily. And then on the intraday, we have R4 as well. So we've got R4 up here. So we've got two R4s, we've got a weekly level, and we've got this move in the pre-market that's like, I don't know, double the ATR or something like that. So I was really interested in this. I thought, if the SPY did lose that weekly level with R4, this would definitely reject. And unfortunately, it happened in the pre-market. And entering on this pullback here just isn't my, it's not my part of my game plan. If I enter here, my stop kind of has to be up here for it to make sense, because I don't really know if I'm wrong or not until we lose this level. So I just didn't get a chance to play it, but that's okay. I ended up playing my backups. The first one didn't work out. I got in while the SPY was holding. So when the SPY popped above R4 and its weekly level, I have Nike here, and Nike has a weekly level also paired with R4. So I thought if the SPY breaks out, it'll take Nike with it. And you can see on this, like, let's take it over like to the 1 minute chart. You can see on the 1 minute chart that it really tried to hold above this level. This looks like almost exactly like the SPY chart this morning. So it was just kind of like bouncing around here. It made this move up. As soon as the SPY pushed, so did Nike right here. So I was thinking, if the SPY can be strong, we'll get going. But the SPY rolled over. I got stopped out of this. I didn't feel like flipping for a short just because, I don't know. It didn't have a ton of volume, and I don't know. I just felt like maybe there was better trade I could take out there. Unfortunately, literally everything in the market pretty much sold off today. And I could have flipped this to a short and had a great move down. It ended up making this move for the rest of the day, but that's okay. I had a good move on it yesterday, and that's no big deal. If I show you, I'll just show you really quick the weekly ranges. So right here, I've got a range here on Nike, and then also a range here on Nike. And the part that I was trying to play is this top of this one, which is the bottom of this one. So basically an inflection point, right? So it's trying to decide, kind of which range it wants to be in right now. And this morning it rejected, and now we're kind of back in this area. So that was Nike, and then the win for me today was SQ. I really like this range here on the daily. And I played this breakout, a few weeks back, and I was thinking, if we ever come back and test this level, like if we don't form like a nice solid new range up here and we come back to test this level, I'd be interested in playing it again. So I saw that we were there today. I saw that it actually lost it yesterday, and we've got this solid body bar candle. On decent volume, nothing crazy. So I was thinking, that looks pretty weak to me. There's a chance that it would pop at the open, and then maybe it would be short. But I really only wanted to play it at this level, so that's what I did. If I had played it all day, that would have been amazing, but my level just wasn't up there. So let's see, let's zoom in here on the 5. Here is my level. Actually, let's do the 2. Might be a little bit easier to understand. All right, so here's SQ. Here's my level down here. It had already made this pretty big move here. And typically when I enter a trade that's already made this big move, if I'm not taking it for a bounce, like if the market was bouncing, I would be interested in just entering, this immediately for a bounce. But the market was still downtrending. And in that case, sometimes I feel that it's safer to just let it lose the level and then come back for a retest and then take it on the second try. But the SPY was so weak and it had just lost like a compression point. And I was like, I'm just going to hit into this. Knowing that it's a little bit risky to take it as it drops through it rather than on a pullback. I mean, sometimes it's risky, sometimes it's not. You just kind of have to weigh like what feels good and comfortable for you. But I did take it as it dropped to this level. I took a quicker partial than normal on this, and I'll back it up here just so you can see why. One, it was because I was expecting that maybe it would bounce, but also 2, we've got basically this area or so here, right? So it's got this range right here, and that's the bottom of the range. So as I took this trade at a higher time frame level, I was sort of trading into another range, like another range level, right? Even though it's a lower time frame, it's still another range level, and it's a little bit risky. So to be safe, I took a partial, knowing that if it bounced back to my level and stopped me out, I could look for a new entry if it lost the level or reclaimed the level for like just a little bit later or whatever. So yeah, I partialed, and then I added into it as it was dropping, and then I realized that I didn't have my pivots on, and I wanted to see if there was going to be an area of resistance sooner that I should look out for, and then watch as soon as I put these on. So I put these on, and I mean literally I added here, and then S3 is right there, and I was like, well, crap. All right, so I knew I was going to need to take a partial because it might bounce, and I just wanted to be safe about it. So I actually took 2 partials here, and then I got stopped out. And then as it came back to this 2-minute range that I just showed you, so basically, we've got this 2-minute range on the chart over yonder. It came back up here, and this 2-minute range is also previous day low and previous day close. So we've got kind of 3 things working against it. Plus we've got some moving averages. It's just, it's a lot. And we've got this, engulfing candle that's coming in here. And yeah, I just like, what, I'm going to hit in for a second time because I was expecting a full ATR move out of this, or at least hoping for one. And from all the way up here, it could go all the way down to around 110. So yeah, I just, 110 I guess is right here. But that was kind of what my plan was, just try to get to the full ATR move of the stock on the day, unless the SPY bounce or, whatever. So I entered back in, I got some partials, and then I got out on my target. The stock market continued to sell off, and this kept going. So, I could have got even a little bit more out of it. But we were right above S4. I was already at a full ATR on the day, and I just thought, what, I'm just going to take my profits and go walk my dogs. So that's what I did. But yeah, decent day overall, a little bit of a loss on Nike and a miss on AL because of it moved in the pre-market, but a really good win on SQ, and a fun day if you were playing it to the short side. But hope you guys had a good day. Hopefully you survived. It's really important. This is a day to just, you look at the, you look at the SPY, and it's just, it shows you again how important it is to watch what the overall market is doing when you're in a trade. Honestly, whether your stock correlates with that, with the market, with the SPY in general, like if your ticker isn't actually part of the SPY, it doesn't really matter. It can matter, but I think it's really important to watch what the SPY is doing overall because it can really affect your stock. So there were a lot of times when I first started trading where I would try to get into a long position when the market did what it did today, and it never works out how you want it to, unless you're like a scalp trader or that specific sector is moving, opposite of what the SPY is doing. But yeah, so pay attention to the overall market when you're trading, and hopefully it can keep you out of trouble, and hopefully you can catch some good moves on days like this. Good solid move here on SQ, that's for sure. All right, guys, hope you had a good day, and I will catch you later. Peace.